Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. Success doesn't happen by accident. It's a mindset, a decision, a commitment to change. And let me be real with you. The moment I changed my mindset, my life changed immediately. Failure is not the opposite of success, it's part of it. Learn from every setback and keep moving forward. This simple yet profound mindset shift is what separates those who achieve greatness from those who remain stuck in fear, doubt, and hesitation. When people hear the word failure, they often associate it with something negative, something to be avoided at all costs. Society has conditioned us to believe that failing means we are not good enough, that we lack talent, intelligence, or capability. But the truth is, failure is not a signal to stop. It is a lesson, a stepping stone, and most importantly, a test of perseverance. Every successful person you admire has failed multiple times before they reached their pinnacle. They didn't avoid failure, they embraced it, learned from it, and used it as fuel to propel themselves forward. The difference between those who succeed and those who give up is not intelligence or luck. It is the mindset towards failure. The people who win in life understand that failure is a necessary ingredient in the recipe for success. They know that mistakes and setbacks are not a sign to quit, but rather an invitation to grow, adjust, and improve. When you attempt something and it doesn't go as planned, you have two choices. You can let that failure define you, break you, and convince you to stop. Or you can analyze it, extract the lesson, and come back stronger. The ones who reach their goals are those who choose the second option every single time. They don't see failure as a dead end, but as a detour, a redirection towards something better. If one path doesn't work, they find another. If one strategy fails, they tweak it and try again. The key is to remain relentless in the pursuit of your vision, no matter how many times you stumble along the way. Some of the greatest innovations, businesses, and careers were born out of failure. Thomas Edison, the man who invented the light bulb, famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 1,0,0,0,0 ways that won't work." Imagine if he had stopped after his first, second, or 100th attempt. The world would be a much darker place, literally. His story, like countless others, serves as a reminder that failure is simply feedback. It tells you what doesn't work so you can refine your approach and find what does. Failure also builds resilience. When you experience setbacks and choose to rise again, you develop a toughness that cannot be shaken. You become stronger, wiser, and more prepared for future challenges. Without failure, there is no growth. Without struggle, there is no strength. Every setback you face is an opportunity to build the character, discipline, and grit required to handle success when it finally arrives. Many people never achieve their dreams because they fear failure more than they desire success. They hesitate, procrastinate, and make excuses to avoid the possibility of failing. But in doing so, they guarantee failure by default. The only real failure is not trying at all. If you never take the leap, if you never step outside of your comfort zone, you rob yourself of the chance to grow and achieve something extraordinary. Playing it safe may protect you from short-term disappointment, but it also guarantees long-term regret. Failure teaches lessons that success never can. When everything goes smoothly, we don't feel the need to analyze, adapt, or improve. We assume that our way is the best way. But when we fail, we are forced to reflect, to dissect what went wrong, and to evolve. Each failure provides valuable insights that refine our skills, sharpen our instincts, and prepare us for bigger opportunities. The most successful people in the world are simply those who have failed more times than others and kept going despite it. Think of failure as a teacher, not an enemy. When you fail, instead of asking, "Why me?" ask, "What is this trying to teach me?" The moment you shift from a victim mindset to a learning mindset, everything changes. You no longer take failure personally. Instead, you use it as a tool for self-improvement. This perspective eliminates fear because you realize that no matter what happens, you either win or you learn. And if you keep learning, you will eventually win. Reframing failure in this way also makes the journey towards success more enjoyable. Instead of dreading setbacks, you begin to embrace them as part of the process. You develop a sense of curiosity, treating each failure as an experiment rather than a verdict on your abilities. This mindset keeps you motivated and persistent, even when things get tough. It helps you see the bigger picture, recognizing that every challenge is shaping you into the person capable of achieving your dreams. People often look at successful individuals and assume they have something special, something the rest of us don't. But the truth is, they are just like us. The only difference is that they didn't let failure stop them. They refused to quit even when they had every reason to. They kept believing, kept pushing, and kept improving until they finally broke through. That same perseverance is available to you. It is a choice you can make every single day to keep going no matter what. If you want to change your life, you must change your relationship with failure. Instead of seeing it as something to be feared, see it as something to be embraced. Instead of running from it, run towards it, knowing that each failure brings you one step closer to success. When you adopt this mindset, failure loses its power over you. It no longer paralyzes you with fear, but instead empowers you with wisdom. So the next time you fall, don't see it as the end, see it as a beginning. Stand up, learn the lesson, and move forward with even more determination, because success isn't about never failing, it's about never giving up. And if you keep moving forward, success is not a matter of if, but when. Vision without effort is just a dream. Put in the work, stay disciplined, and chase excellence. Having a vision is important. It's the spark that ignites the fire of ambition. But a vision alone is not enough. Too many people spend their lives daydreaming about success, talking about their goals, and imagining a better future. Yet they never take the necessary steps to turn those dreams into reality. They wait for the perfect time, the perfect opportunity, or for motivation to strike before they take action. The truth is, success doesn't come to those who wait. It comes to those who work. Effort is what separates those who achieve from those who only wish. You can have the most incredible vision in the world, but if you're not willing to put in the work, that vision will remain nothing more than a fantasy. Dreams don't come true because you think about them. They come true because you grind for them. The difference between people who succeed and those who don't isn't luck or talent. It's relentless effort, daily discipline, and an unwavering commitment to progress. Most people fail not because they lack ability, but because they lack consistency. They start strong, fueled by excitement, but when challenges arise, when the excitement fades, or when progress is slow, they stop putting in the work. They expect results overnight. And when things don't happen as quickly as they'd like, they give up. The reality is that success demands patience, resilience, and a willingness to push forward, even when results are invisible. Effort is not something you apply occasionally. It's something you commit to daily, regardless of circumstances, emotions, or external validation. Discipline is the bridge between vision and achievement. Motivation may get you started, but discipline keeps you going when motivation runs out. The problem with motivation is that it's temporary. It fluctuates based on how you feel. But discipline is different. It's a decision, a commitment to do what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like doing it. It's waking up early to work on your goals, even when you're tired. It's choosing to stay focused, even when distractions are tempting. It's staying consistent, even when progress is slow. Discipline is what turns a vision into something tangible. Putting in the work doesn't mean doing just enough to get by. It means chasing excellence. It means striving to be better every single day. It means refusing to settle for mediocrity. The people who rise to the top in any field are not necessarily the most talented. They are the ones who are obsessed with improving, with refining their craft, and with pushing their limits. They don't just do the work, they do it with intensity, focus, and a desire to be exceptional. They don't settle for good enough, they push for greatness. Excellence is not an accident, it's the result of countless hours of practice, study, and relentless self-improvement. Hard work is the price you must pay for success, and there are no shortcuts. Too often, people look for quick fixes, easy routes, or secret formulas, but the truth is, there is no substitute for effort. The greatest athletes, entrepreneurs, artists, and leaders all have one thing in common: they put in the work. They understand that talent alone is not enough. That vision alone is not enough. They commit to the process, even when it's difficult, even when no one is watching, even when success seems far away. There will be obstacles, there will be failures, there will be moments of doubt. But those who succeed are those who persist. They don't let setbacks define them, they use them as fuel. They understand that every failure is a lesson. Every setback is an opportunity to grow, and every challenge is a chance to prove their commitment. They don't wait for motivation to show up. They show up regardless. They don't expect an easy journey. They embrace the struggle because they know it's part of the process. Your vision will only become a reality if you are willing to put in the work, stay disciplined, and chase excellence. Dreams don't work unless you do. Success is not a matter of luck or wishful thinking. It's a matter of effort, persistence, and an unshakable commitment to doing whatever it takes. The question is not whether you have a dream. The question is whether you have the discipline, the work ethic, and the determination to make it happen. Because at the end of the day, vision without effort is just a dream. But vision backed by relentless work, that's how greatness is built. Don't let doubt paralyze you. Step into your purpose with confidence, knowing that faith and action create opportunities. Doubt is one of the greatest obstacles to success. It whispers in your ear, telling you that you're not good enough, not smart enough, not talented enough. It convinces you to hesitate, to second-guess yourself, to wait for the right time. But the truth is, if you allow doubt to control you, you will never take the first step toward your goals. Doubt doesn't need to defeat you outright, it just needs to keep you from moving forward. The longer you listen to it, the more power it has over you. But the moment you decide to step into your purpose with confidence, everything begins to change. Confidence is not something you are born with. It is something you develop through action. Many people believe that they need to feel confident before they can take action. But in reality, confidence is the result of taking action, not the cause of it. You don't wait until you feel ready. You take the leap, and in the process, you grow into the person who is ready. The longer you wait, the more doubt builds. The sooner you act, the sooner you break the cycle of hesitation. The people who achieve great things in life are not necessarily the ones who never feel doubt. They are the ones who refuse to let doubt dictate their actions. Faith and action create opportunities. Faith is believing in something before you can see it. It's trusting that if you keep moving forward, things will align in your favor. But faith alone is not enough. It must be combined with action. Too many people have dreams, ambitions, and desires, but they never take the necessary steps to bring them to life. They pray for success, but don't put in the work. They hope for a breakthrough, but don't take the risks required to achieve it. Faith without action is empty. Action without faith lacks vision. But when you bring the two together, when you believe in yourself, and back that belief with consistent effort, you create unstoppable momentum. Every opportunity you have ever received was the result of action. Every achievement you have ever experienced came because you took a step forward, even if you were uncertain, even if you were afraid. Doubt will always be there, lurking in the background, waiting for you to stop moving. But if you push through, if you take that first step despite the fear, you will realize that doubt was nothing more than an illusion. The things you were afraid of don't hold as much power as you thought they did. The worst case scenario imagined rarely happens. And even if you do stumble, even if you do fail, you learn, you grow, and you come back stronger. Stepping into your purpose requires courage. It requires a willingness to bet on yourself even when no one else does. It means trusting that you are capable of handling whatever challenges come your way. It means knowing that your past failures do not define you, that your current struggles are not permanent, and that your future success is within your reach. Too many people let fear of failure stop them from ever trying, but the greatest failure is not losing, it's never starting. The people who succeed in life are those who take the risk, who step into the unknown, who bet on their abilities even when the outcome is uncertain. There will always be reasons to doubt yourself. There will always be people who tell you that you can't do it, that your dreams are too big, that your goals are unrealistic. But the only opinion that truly matters is the one you have of yourself. If you believe in your purpose, if you believe in your abilities, nothing can stop you. The world does not reward hesitation, it rewards boldness. It rewards those who are willing to take the first step, even when they are scared, even when they don't have all the answers, even when they don't feel fully prepared. Because the truth is, no one ever feels 100% ready. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is not their level of preparation, it's their willingness to take action despite their doubts. Action creates momentum. The more steps you take, the more confident you become. Each small victory builds on the last. You don't have to figure everything out at once, you just have to start. When you take action, opportunities begin to appear. Doors that once seemed closed start to open. People who once overlooked you start to notice. Resources that seemed out of reach suddenly become available. This is not coincidence, it is the power of movement. Nothing happens when you stand still, but when you step forward, even in uncertainty, the path begins to reveal itself. No one who ever achieved greatness did so without stepping outside of their comfort zone. Growth only happens when you challenge yourself, when you push beyond your fears, when you embrace the discomfort of doing something new. Your purpose is too important to let doubt stop you. Your dreams are too valuable to let fear keep you stuck. The only way to discover what you are truly capable of is to take action. Not tomorrow, not next week, but today. Because the moment you step into your purpose with confidence, the moment you choose faith over fear, is the moment your life begins to change. Motivation comes and goes, but discipline builds habits that change your life. Motivation is powerful. It sparks inspiration, gives you energy, and pushes you to start something new. When you feel motivated, everything seems possible. You wake up early, you hit the gym, you work on your goals with enthusiasm. But motivation is like a flame that burns brightly for a moment and then fades. It is inconsistent, unreliable, and easily influenced by emotions, circumstances, and external factors. Relying solely on motivation is dangerous because the moment it disappears, so does your progress. That is why discipline is the real key to success. It keeps you moving forward even when motivation is nowhere to be found. Discipline is the ability to do what needs to be done even when you don't feel like doing it. It is the commitment to stick to a plan regardless of emotions, distractions, or difficulties. It does not rely on fleeting feelings. It relies on consistent action. People who achieve their goals are not always the most motivated. They are the most disciplined. They have learned that success is not about waiting for the right mood or the perfect moment. It is about showing up every single day and doing the work no matter what. The power of discipline lies in its ability to create habits. When you are disciplined, your actions become automatic. You don't have to rely on willpower or motivation because you have trained yourself to follow a routine. Habits shape your life more than anything else. If you build good habits, success becomes inevitable. If you fall into bad habits, failure becomes predictable. This is why discipline is so important. It allows you to take control of your habits, which in turn shapes your future. The most successful people in the world are not necessarily the most talented or the luckiest. They are the ones who have mastered the art of discipline, relationships, and brings a deeper sense of purpose. People who focus only on themselves often find success but feel empty. Those who prioritize service to others discover a sense of fulfillment that achievement alone cannot provide. Helping others doesn't always mean giving money or material things. Sometimes the greatest gift you can give is your time, your attention, or your wisdom. A kind word, a helping hand, or a moment of encouragement can change someone's life. Many people go through their struggles feeling unseen and unheard. By being there for them, by offering guidance, or simply showing that you care, you make a difference in ways you may not even realize. The impact of a single act of kindness can ripple outward, inspiring others to do the same. The beauty of giving is that it elevates both the giver and the receiver. When you help someone else, you grow. You develop empathy, patience, and a greater understanding of the world. Giving forces you to step outside of yourself, to see beyond your own problems and challenges. It shifts your focus from what you lack to what you have to offer. Gratitude begins to replace frustration, and purpose begins to replace selfish ambition. In helping others succeed, you often find the key to your own success. Many of the most successful people in the world attribute their achievements not just to hard work, but to the guidance, support, and opportunities they receive from others. No one climbs to the top alone. Somewhere along the way, there was a mentor, a teacher, a friend, or even a stranger who extended a helping hand. Understanding this creates a sense of responsibility to give back, to help those who are still climbing, to be the person who opens doors for others. The higher you rise, the more you have the ability to lift others with you. That is the true measure of success. Life is not a race where only one person can win. The more you give, the more you create opportunities for everyone, including yourself. People remember those who help them, and in return, they often pass that kindness forward. Success built on selfishness is temporary, but success built on service is lasting. The people who make the biggest impact in the world are not just the ones who achieve great things for themselves, but the ones who use their success to make life better for others. When you make giving a habit, you begin to see the world differently. Problems that once seemed overwhelming lose their power because you realize that you are capable of making a difference. You stop focusing on what you don't have and start focusing on how you can contribute. Instead of waiting for happiness to come from success, you find happiness in the act of giving itself. The fulfillment that comes from serving others is deeper and more lasting than any personal achievement. Challenges and hardships are a part of life, but giving provides a way to rise above them. When you go through difficult times, helping others can be a source of healing. It reminds you that you are not alone and that your struggles do not define you. There is something empowering about using your own experiences, your failures, your lessons, your journey to inspire and uplift someone else. Often, the very pain you have endured equips you to guide others through their struggles. Giving is also a powerful way to leave a legacy. Achievements fade, titles are forgotten, but the impact you make on others lives on. The people you help will go on to help others, creating a cycle of generosity that continues long after you are gone. Your influence is not measured by what you own, but by how many lives you touch. At the end of the day, life is not just about personal success. It is about contribution, about making a difference, about leaving the world better than you found it. The more you give, the more you grow. The more you lift others, the higher you rise. True success is not measured by how much you achieve alone, but by how much you inspire, empower, and uplift those around you. Stop blaming circumstances, people, or bad luck. Own your life and take responsibility for your success. One of the most powerful shifts you can make in life is realizing that your success, happiness, and future are entirely in your hands. Too often, people fall into the trap of blaming external factors for their failures. They point fingers at their upbringing, the economy, their boss, their family, or just plain bad luck. While these things can make life difficult, they do not define your destiny. The moment you decide to take full responsibility for your life, you reclaim your power. You stop waiting for things to change and start making changes yourself. Blaming circumstances is easy. It allows you to avoid the discomfort of facing hard truths. It gives you an excuse to stay where you are instead of doing the work necessary to move forward. But blaming does nothing to solve your problems. It only reinforces a victim mentality, keeping you stuck in a cycle of frustration and helplessness. The truth is, life is not fair, and it never will be. Some people start with more advantages. Others face incredible hardships. But no matter where you begin, success is still possible. The people who achieve great things in life are not the ones who had perfect circumstances. They are the ones who refuse to let their circumstances define them. Taking responsibility means accepting that where you are right now is the result of your past choices. This can be hard to accept because it forces you to confront your own role in your struggles. But once you do, you realize something powerful. If your past choices led you here, then your future choices can take you somewhere better. You are not trapped. You are not powerless. You have the ability to change your life at any moment, but only if you are willing to take ownership of your actions. Many people spend their lives waiting for the right opportunity, the right people, or the right moment. But waiting is just another form of blaming. It assumes that something outside of you must change before you can move forward. The truth is, no one is coming to save you. No one is going to hand you success. If you want something, you have to go get it. That means working harder, learning more, and pushing through obstacles instead of making excuses. Taking responsibility does not mean ignoring the challenges you face. It means acknowledging them, but refusing to let them control you. It means looking at every setback as a lesson, every hardship as a test of your resilience. Instead of saying, I can't succeed because of this, you start asking, how can I succeed in spite of this? That shift in mindset changes everything. When you stop seeing yourself as a victim of circumstances and start seeing yourself as the creator of your future, you begin to take action in ways you never have before. Owning your life means taking responsibility not just for your failures, but for your success. It means realizing that no one owes you anything and that everything you want in life must be earned. It means understanding that complaining about your problems does not solve them. Action does. It means embracing discipline, making sacrifices, and doing the work that others won't. The moment you decide that your life is your responsibility, you take back control. You stop hoping for things to get better and start making them better. This mindset is what separates those who succeed from those who stay stuck. The most successful people in the world have faced failure, rejection, and obstacles, just like everyone else. But instead of blaming others, they took ownership of their situations. They found solutions instead of making excuses. They understood that success is not about avoiding problems, but about overcoming them. Every challenge you face is an opportunity to grow stronger, to learn, and to prove to yourself that you are capable of more than you think. When you take full responsibility for your life, you stop being controlled by fear. You stop worrying about what others think because you know that your success is in your hands. You stop waiting for the perfect time to start because you realize that the perfect time does not exist. You stop making excuses for why you can't, and you start finding reasons why you can. Taking responsibility also means owning your attitude. Your mindset determines how you respond to challenges. If you believe that life is happening to you, you will always feel like a victim. But if you believe that life is happening for you, that every struggle is an opportunity to grow, you become unstoppable. You start to see setbacks not as roadblocks, but as stepping stones. You recognize that failure is not the end, but a lesson on the way to success. One of the most freeing things in life is realizing that you are in control. You may not be able to control everything that happens to you, but you can always control how you respond. You can control your effort, your attitude, your work ethic, and your decisions. When you take responsibility for these things, you stop feeling powerless. You stop wasting energy on things you cannot change and start focusing on what you can. Excuses will always be there. You will always be able to find reasons why something is too